ANGELO, soul, silence, and resurrection. In the quiet streets of Richmond, Virginia, a young boy sat at an old upright piano, his tiny fingers searching for something he couldn't yet name. Every note he played carried the weight of something ancient, something spiritual. His name was Michael Eugene Archer. The world would come to know him as D'Angelo, the man who redefined soul music and who disappeared just as suddenly as he rose. This is not just the story of a singer. It's the journey of a man who found heaven in music and hell in fame. D'Angelo was born in 1974, the son of a Pentecostal preacher and a mother with music in her bones. The church was his first stage, its hymns his earliest symphonies. He learned to play the piano by ear before he could even read words. By 7, he was leading the church band, his voice trembling with both fear and anointing. Every Sunday morning, as the congregation swayed, the young Michael watched the power of music, how it could lift spirits, heal pain, and move hearts to tears. He began to understand something few ever do, that music was not entertainment, it was communion. As a teenager, Michael soaked up everything around him: Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Sly Stone, Prince. He didn't just listen, he studied their souls. By high school, he was forming local bands, winning talent shows, and dreaming bigger than the streets of Richmond could hold. When he took his music to New York, he was just another kid with a demo tape. But inside that tape was lightning in a bottle. The record execs heard it, and they didn't just sign an artist. They signed a movement. In 1995, Brown Sugar hit the world like a sunrise, warm, raw, and irresistible. Songs like Lady and Cruisin' turned R&B on its head. He wasn't chasing trends, he was creating them. They called it neo-soul. He just called it music from the heart. Overnight, D'Angelo became the new Prince of Soul. Every stage he touched caught fire. Every woman screamed his name. Every man wanted his rhythm. But fame, like fire, burns bright and consumes. Behind the smile and the sound was a man haunted by pressure. Pressure to be perfect, to stay true, to please everyone but himself. He wanted to be a musician. The world wanted a god, and when the world demands a god, a man begins to disappear. 5 years after Brown Sugar, he returned with Voodoo. It wasn't just an album, it was an exorcism. Recorded in the late-night haze of studios filled with legends, Questlove, J Dilla, the Soulquarians, Voodoo was dense, spiritual, and fearless. When Untitled, How Does It Feel hit the airwaves, the world froze. That slow, sensual video turned D'Angelo into an icon and a target. The image overshadowed the art. The music became secondary to the man's body, his soul trapped in the glare of his own creation. Then he vanished. No tours, no interviews, no music. For over a decade, D'Angelo disappeared from the spotlight, a ghost walking the earth. The silence was filled with rumors, addiction, arrests, heartbreak. But the truth was simpler and sadder. He had given so much of himself to the world, there was nothing left for him. In the quiet, he fought demons no one could see. He wrestled with his faith, his identity, his art. And through it all, one thing kept calling him back: the music. In 2014, without warning, the silence broke. A new album appeared, Black Messiah. It wasn't polished, it wasn't pretty. It was powerful, raw, political, spiritual. In a time when the world was crying out for truth, D'Angelo spoke with his chords. Songs like The Charade and Till It's Done echoed the anger and hope of a generation. It was his resurrection, the return of a prophet who never wanted to be one. Away from the spotlight, D'Angelo remained private, a man who valued silence as much as sound. He avoided social media, rarely granted interviews, and lived like a shadow among giants. But those who knew him spoke of his laughter, his humility, his obsession with perfection. He wasn't chasing charts, he was chasing the divine in every note. His art wasn't about fame, it was about truth, and truth never dies. D'Angelo's journey reminds us that genius is fragile, that the same light that guides us can also blind us. His voice carried the echo of every great soul before him, and yet it was unmistakably his own. From the church pews of Richmond to the global stage, he gave the world music that heals, music that breathes, music that feels. D'Angelo may have stepped back into silence, but his sound still lives in every beat of R&B, in every whisper of neo-soul, in every artist who dares to sing from the heart. Maybe that's the true measure of a soul singer. Not how loud the world hears your voice, but how long it echoes after you're gone. D'Angelo, 1974 to eternity. Soul never dies.